Beat around the bush. Beat around the bush. When you hear someone tells you not to beat around the bush, he's telling you to stop avoiding saying things directly. For example, you should feel sorry for beating around the bush. You should have told me the truth. Beat around the bush. When someone talks about lots of unimportant things because he doesn't want to tell you the truth. For example, did I do wrong? Come on, tell me what's wrong. Don't beat around the bush. Beat around the bush. When someone wants to avoid talking about what's really important. For example, I couldn't find the words to tell my boyfriend I wanted to break up. I spent lots of time just sitting there and beating around the bush. Beat around the bush. When someone tells you the facts of the situation, the negative form can be used. For example, my mom didn't beat around the bush. She told me straight, I can't go with you. I've got to do my homework at home. Barking up the wrong tree. To be wrong about the reason for something. It means you're making the wrong assumption about the reason for something. For example, you're barking up the wrong tree. It wasn't my decision. I was the only one who agreed with you. Barking up the wrong tree. If someone tells you you're barking up the wrong tree, it means you have completely misunderstood something. You're totally wrong. For example, you're barking up the wrong tree. I didn't even know that. How could I do that? Barking up the wrong tree. Try to achieve something in the wrong way. It means making the wrong assumption when trying to achieve something. For example, if you think I've got to pay for all your expenses, you're barking up the wrong tree. Barking up the wrong tree. You want to blame someone, but you caught the wrong person. For example, you're barking up the wrong tree. It wasn't me. You shouldn't yell at me like that. Biting off more than you can chew. Try to do more than you're able to do. For example, I've bitten off more than I can chew by taking on this extra help. I don't think I'll get it done and go home on time. Biting off more than you can chew. It means that you agree to do more than you can. For example, these books are too heavy for you to carry. Don't bite off more than you can chew. Biting off more than you can chew. Try to do something that is too difficult for you. For example, thanks for offering to cook and tidy the house for us. But don't bite off more than you can chew. Let's look at more examples. I think I've bitten off more than I can chew taking all those classes. We bit off more than we could chew in our sales plan. Two peas in a pod, extremely similar to each other. For example, the twins are like two peas in a pod. I can't tell them apart. Two peas in a pod. It means if two people are quite similar, you can use this to describe them. For example, his two sons are like two peas in a pod. Two peas in a pod. If two people quite cute together, they're very similar, especially in appearance. We can especially use this expression to describe children. For example, they look kind of similar. They're small and cute. They're like two peas in a pod. Two peas in a pod. when two people both like same things. For example, my mom and I are two peas in a pod. We both like the same things. An elephant in the room. If someone says there's an elephant in the room, it means there's an obvious problem that people do not want to talk about. For example, it was an elephant in the room. Everyone knows, but no one wants to mention it. An elephant in the room. It means that there's a difficult situation is being ignored. For example, everybody knows he cheated. There was an elephant in the room. We were too embarrassed to talk about it. An elephant in the room. There's an obvious problem that no one wants to discuss. For example, I don't want to answer to that question. Everybody knows it's the elephant in the room. A fish out of water. When you feel awkward or you're in a situation that you've not experienced before. For example, when I first moved to this city, I was a fish out of water. A fish out of water. You're very different from the people around you. For example, she looked like a fish out of water here. A fish out of water. A person who feels unhappy in a difficult situation. For example, she didn't have any friends. She feels like a fish out of water. Let's look at more examples. I feel like a fish out of water at my school. I've not got any friends. For example, I looked like a fish out of water at the party. Because I didn't know anyone and everyone could speak Spanish but me. Thanks for watching everyone. If you like my video, you can help support me making my next video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel English Apple and hit the bell. See you later.